We're going to be tasting now with Alexander Thienpoint the 2006 vintage, and we were just discussing this off camera, what a classic vintage this was, maybe somewhat similar to the 2011. The wine is just magnificent in terms of on the nose and on the palate, but this is a wine that's really meant to open up and pair with food, isn't it, Alexander?
Exactly. This is wine made to be drunk at table with a meal. If you want to bear in mind what kind of wine is produced as a classic vintage, as a Vieux Chateau Certan wine, this is 2006. This is the typical one, typical VCC.
Now, it was the growing conditions, the climate that year that made this more of a classic year?
Yes, 2006 had mild weather conditions. It's not in excess of heat, not excess of drought, not excess of rain and other things. And it was a real normal year. And it provided a very classic Bordeaux wine as a very traditional taste. Wine made to be drunk at table and very, very approachable, very, very easy to drink, very appealing.
But I don't think people should make the mistake of thinking this is a simple wine. This still has complexity, this still has beautiful depth.
It has a lot of complexity. It has a lot of smell at length also. This is our previous Cabernet Franc reference for Cabernet Franc here, now matched by 2011. But this is the pure French tradition made to be drunk at table with a meal, and you can have roasted veal wine sauce, for example, with mushrooms and crème fraîche in the gravy, and this is the birth of the Bordeaux.
What was the amount of Cabernet Franc that went into this wine?
There you have around 70% Merlot, 20 Cab Franc, and 10 Cabernet Sauvignon.
Now, 10 Cabernet Sauvignon is a higher amount than the average for you?
Is one of the highest, yes. But for us, Cabernet Sauvignon in the rye bag is just the salt and pepper in the blend. And it is the variety which helps the wine to be more able to age.
Well, again, this on the nose, this is beautiful. And when you first opened it, we both agreed, it was sort of holding back and reserved just a little bit. And after perhaps 5–10 minutes of time, it just released this gorgeous bouquet of sort of black currant and black raspberry. And
the keyword for 2006 is complexity.
Yeah, and it is. It's beautiful.
All 2006 goes like this opening, and 2010, which was a Merlot year, and all the Merlot years are more narrower, but more full, more powerful, which is powerful. Complexity and power are not exactly the same parameters. You have a lot of complexity in 2006, and 2010 is more monodimension.
Sure. This is just an excellent wine. It's juicy, but with some power to it, some beautiful spice on the back of the palate. You know, the tannins are a little bit more present in this than they were in the 2010, which was just so silky and incredibly smooth. But this just begs to be paired with food.
You have very small hints of creaminess, which is appealing.
Absolutely, you do it. And maybe some nuances of like coffee or some toast on this as well. But this is just a superb effort. And if this is the example of the VCC classic wine, this is just a magnificent representation. Very long in the mouth too, very long, firm in the mouth, great balance, great spice, just a fabulous, fabulous wine.
And now we go to taste the last reference of Cabernet year,
2011?
Yep.
I'm ready.